Hello, folks. Well, this platform is really going downhill. Took 5 attempts to get it to go live, and it's been getting worse in the last week. I don't think it's my platform because I can get on StreamYard and it'll be in a snap. Anyway, I've got 2 American blended whiskeys, and then I had to get my last. This is my last D'Amore glass. I broke one just now. I was carrying it, and everything was fine, and I hit the fridge accidentally, and it shattered the glass. I said, "Oh boy, you got." I've had like 6. These are the last 2. Because over time, you use them that much, you're going to break them. Usually they fall out of my hand in the sink and they hit and they break. But oh man, if I break these 2 or one of these 2, I'm gonna have to go to the D'Amore. I mean the Disaronno. But I could always go to that store that specializes in glassware and buy 2 more. But I hate to keep breaking them. All right. Anyway, I have 2 American blended whiskey products. I have Herbie's says bad stuff. I know. John and Lily says, cheers, Ron. Long time. Haha. Yeah, I know. It would have been sooner, but I had a little incident and then I couldn't get this thing to upload. Here is Kentucky Gold, Kentucky blended whiskey, introduced in 1956 by a company called Senna. And then they went defunct. And then, so in 1992, Hill took over the brand. It doesn't look like they changed the label since 1956. If you look at old bottles, was this ever a premier whiskey? Guess what? No. Blended and bottled in Kentucky by Quality Control Distilling Company. But that's an alias for Heaven Hill. Although Heaven Hill doesn't list it on their website. I think they used to. Blended whiskey, 20% Kentucky straight whiskey. So it is straight whiskey from Kentucky. And 80% grain neutral spirits. Unaged. What you call moonshine, but cut down to 80 proof, not 190 proof. Neutral spirits, fully matured for 36 months. So it's aged 3 years. Could this have coloring or flavoring added? It very well could, because in the United States, blended whiskey can have coloring, caramel color, and flavoring added, and they don't have to put it on the bottle. Nick says, message deleted by John and Lily. Uh-oh. Those snowstorm beer reviews are great. Great that you braved the snowstorm to keep the beer reviews going. Yeah, I just thought it would be fun. My friend David was saying, you need to go to a doctor. You got problems and all of this. I was like, I was just doing it to, like, it would be interesting. It's something unusual. Joe Cobb says, enjoy, Ron. Been making martinis lately. Oh, interesting. Now, here's the competitor. This is Seagram's 83 American. All right. It says 1883, but don't fool yourself. This product has not been out since 1883. It's been out since 2022 at the end of the scamdemic. It says whiskey with natural flavors and caramel color. And it's Seagram's 83 and it's 83 proof. Get it? Get the joke? Blended and bottled in America. 41.5% alcohol. I could have bought the glass bottle, but the plastic was much cheaper per ounce for this big bottle. So I figured I'll just save the money, Yeah, I enjoyed watching your cookies and cream party drink review with you out in the snow. Yeah, that was pretty fun, I didn't need to go to a doctor. I didn't have a mental health problem. I just thought it would be something different. I thought this could be different. It's not something that probably people will ever see again on Louisiana Beer Reviews, really. So anyway, here's Kentucky Gold on the market since 1956. 70th anniversary next year, which will be celebrated by probably 2 or 3 people in the whole world. It's one of those type of brands, like Kentucky Bow and Quality House Kentucky. blended whiskey. Okay, it's made a hiss. Now, what's the difference between these? Well, obviously, the 83 has a higher proof. It's 83 proof versus 80. Not a big difference, but a difference. Also, this does not give the blend ratio. Now, you're saying, I thought blended whiskey was required by law to give the blend ratio. It is. And now I'll explain why they're not showing it. I got to put the proof. I forgot to do the proof. 80 proof, which means 40% alcohol. And the other one is 83 proof. American blended whiskey with natural flavors. Flavors or flavor? Plural, singular. Plural. Flavors and caramel color. Okay, so technically, this is not a whiskey. This is a distilled spirit specialty, which means any product that doesn't fit any other category. Now, what would disqualify it as a whiskey? I think what happened here is they exceed flavoring. They're allowed to add up to 2.5% flavoring, 2.5% of the volume flavoring. Your sound keeps cutting in and out, Ron. Anyone else noticing this? Anyone noticing that? Because I'm not, like, I can't listen to the playback really. So if it is cutting in and out, that's a problem. John, David Garley said that yesterday, and everybody else said, no, the problem's not there. They didn't hear it. So David heard cutting in and out, but all the other viewers said nothing, not noticing any problem. So if they exceed the alcohol, if they exceed the flavoring limit, then what happens is, it seems fine now. It just left and came back. Maybe it was just my end. Sounds good at the moment. Could have been on your end. These things happen. So if you go above 2.5%, then you can register it with the government as a distilled spirit specialty. So it's not an American blended whiskey. No, it's an American blended whiskey with natural flavors and caramel color. And this is an American blended whiskey, which also may contain natural flavors and caramel color, except that this one can't exceed 2.5%. This one is allowed to exceed that. This one must show the blend ratio. This one does not have to show it. You say those are technical differences. Those are not really practical differences. They don't make much of a difference. Yeah, I know that, but that is the actuality of it. And this channel is pleased to help educate you on this because I had to learn it myself. Now let's look at some screen shares. The sound was cutting out earlier, not so much now. Yeah. I just think there's some kind of YouTube problem because it wouldn't even let me upload. I should have fed this through StreamYard, I guess. Okay. I'll watch the playback later to check it. And if it's bad, I'll just delete it and reshoot it. Here's Kentucky Gold Blended Whiskey, $9.99. Yeah, I paid $6.99. The liquor is located in Georgia, and I paid $6.99 for the same size bottle. Here's the Kentucky Gold Blended Whiskey is produced in Kentucky, makes sense, using honored traditional small batch distillation. I would not necessarily believe that. And aging in new American oak barrels. No, only the straight whiskeys age in new American oak. Okay. The grain spirits aren't aged. The product is aged until it has reached optimal taste, meaning 3 years, and is then chartered, okay, fair enough, and bottled at 80 proof. This spirit is smooth. I'll agree with that. With notes of caramel that lead to a flavorful vanilla finish. All palates enjoy this delicious product, and it isn't all palates do, and it is incredibly versatile, easily mixed in a wide variety of recipes to appeal to all. versatile spirit is easily enjoyed by celebrating a special occasion with friends or can be sipped as a cocktail. I don't know if I'd use it in a special occasion, but you know. Here's Seagram's 83. 19.99. I paid $18.99, so I got it cheaper. But I did buy it like the week it came out, 3 years ago, like literally days after it hit the shelves. Here's their description. High quality blended whiskey bottle at 83 proof, blended and bottled in America, whiskey with natural flavors and caramel color, or mixed in a cocktail. Okay, they don't say too much about it. Gives a 3 out of 5, but there's only 2 reviews, so you can't really, that's not going to be valid. Here's Seagram's 83 on the LCBO, Liquor Control Board of Canada. This is the real Seagram's 83. Even though it actually was not introduced in 1883. 1883 was when the Seagram's Distillery of Canada was built. No, in actuality, Seagram's 83 was introduced in 1933, the 50th anniversary of the distillery. So in 1933, at the 50th anniversary of the distillery, Seagram's introduced this product as an anniversary product. And now, look how old it is, 142 years old. This whiskey pours a golden amber color. The nose is subtle in style with hints of maple syrup and vanilla. The palate is soft and easy drinking, ideal for cocktails. Made in Canada by Seagram's, which is not a real company anymore. It's made by Sazerac Canada, but Seagram's is a brand name, but the company actually went defunct in 2001, right at 2001, when they all sold off all their properties. But the name continues on, soldiers on. Okay. Let's look at some more comments. Have you heard of Tanqueray, Sevilla, or Royale? I've heard of the Sevilla, red, not the Royale. The Sevilla has the orange, right? The Sevilla orange peels from Seville, Spain. Herbie says this whiskey is made for drivers, cleaners, delivery men, and brokers. Okay. I've always wanted to try the Seagram's 83 and never been able to find it. Well, when you visit me in Louisiana, I'm pretty sure I'll have a lot left, because look at the rate I'm going, it's going to be another 10 years before I get through it. I'm not in a rush. Okay, so the Seagram's 83 is darker, but it says it has caramel coloring added. Does the Kentucky Gold have caramel coloring added? Well, that's a possibility. But like I said, American blended whiskey does not have to tell you getting caramel coloring or flavoring. It's totally up to the company. If it's a distilled spirit specialty, they have to tell you. And they're telling you. But they don't have to give the blend ratio, which they're not giving. Here they have to. So it's kind of like 2 approaches, but they're both like liberal and conservative at the same time. They have to tell you stuff, but they don't have to tell you other stuff, and they have to tell you stuff, and they don't have to tell you other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like yeah and no and yeah and no. Now the proof doesn't matter. It can be high proof, middle proof, low proof. That's up to the company. That's not a regulation on the blended whiskeys. That's up to them. The aging, same thing, up to them. 3 years is the typical thing that you see, but there's no requirement on that. All right. Got to try not to bust another glass, but I would be disappointed if I busted another one of these glasses, because I can't get them again. But I went like 5 years without breaking one, so I was trying to carry too many things. That's what it was. I was like, let me get my 2 glasses and the 2 bottles, and I'm going to, instead of just taking the 2 bottles and then the glasses, trying to save time, but then I actually made it much worse. Yeah, corn, candy corn, oak, bread, vanilla, of course. Most of these things gonna have vanilla. Yeah, typical stuff here. Typical stuff. Vanilla, oak, candy corn. Yeah. So aroma and oak. Yeah, the aroma's about the same. I have to be honest. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. All right, let's go with the taste. Um, this one has a lot of oak. It's really heavy on oak. Charred oak. I don't know about the char. Maybe you'll pick that up. I mean, it is used as straight whiskey, which has to be from charred oak, but it's not too heavy. Just oak, like wood. Yeah, a little char. Okay. So I'm starting to think about a fireplace. Okay. Over here. And thank you for being a good moderator, John. Okay, now over here, there's a little oak, but the lead flavor here is vanilla. So we're going with heavy vanilla here and a fairly heavy oak presence over here, which is interesting. Yeah, okay. So medium body on both of them, and a mostly dry finish. So the body and the finish is about the same, which is typical. But the flavors are not that similar. They have similarities, the vanilla thing, but oak. But then one is low oak and one is high vanilla, and then vice versa on the other. So and this one in my left hand seems to have a little more oomph to it. A little bit more strength, which would tell me 83 proof, and the other one's 80. You say that's not much of a difference. Yes, I know it's not much of a difference at all, but it is a difference. It's slight. Now, which one has a better flavor? Good question. I'm questioning myself. I think the Kentucky Gold, I'm thinking this is Kentucky Gold to my right. I think the Kentucky Gold has a little nicer flavor. It's a little smoother. I like that mellow vanilla, that touch of oak, and a little bit of the candy corn. I like it. It's mild, mellow, easygoing. And what a deal. What a value. $6.99 for this at Star on Louisiana Highway 49 southbound. For a mild, mellow whiskey. Is it world class? It's not world class, but it's good. I mean, it would score in the B range. I mean, I think it earns a B, about an 8.3. It's worth buying, but I'd be conscious of the price. I wouldn't pay a whole lot just to buy it. It's a new bottle too, because at the bottom it says 24. So it's a 2024 bottle. If they did discontinue it, it just got discontinued, but it probably wasn't. It's probably just they don't want to put it on the website for some reason. Maybe because they're embarrassed. Okay. Same reason they don't put this on the Sazerac website. They put Seagram's VO. They put VO on the website, but they don't list VO Black. That's 90 proof. They don't list that. They don't list VO Gold. That's 80 proof, but it's aged 8 years, but they don't list it. They don't list the VO Apple. I don't know what's up with Sazerac, man. They got rid of websites. Are they turning into the Pabst Brewing Company of liquor? where they ghost their own fans. I think this is a Seagram's 83. It's still good, but maybe only like a 80, 81, like a B minus, like marginally good. It's sort of good. $18.99 for a handle. Yeah, I guess that's worth it, but I wouldn't go above it. $19.99, I'd probably turn my back on it. But anyway, anyway, that's showing that I had given the win to the Seagram's 83, not the Heaven Hill, not the Kentucky Gold. We have a problem here. So it's saying that I gave Kentucky Gold the loss. Really? That doesn't look the same shade. That looks darker, but that can be deceptive in the plastic. I can't get over this. This got me perplexed. Okay, candy corn and oak sounds right up my alley. Your description reminds me of Heaven Hill mellow corn. Oh yes, the famous mellow corn. If I ever see another bottle, I'm buying it. We can still get it here for $14.99. If you look around, don't buy it the first place you see it because you might get ripped off. Burley Sullivan says, "You." Cheers back to you. Johnny Newley said, "I thought the VO Go was being discontinued a while ago, but I still see it around." Yeah, what happened was I got to pour some more of this. This got too confused, but I'm not going to pour a lot. I'm not going berserk. Just semi-berserk. No, I'm not going to go berserk. Just a competitor, right? Okay. Yeah, what happened was I wrote an email to Diageo years ago, 2018. I said, what's going on with Kentucky Gold? Oh, they said, well, actually, unfortunately, we decided to discontinue Kentucky Gold. And once all of our stocks, it's something like, once all of our stocks are dissipated, then it's going to be gone. Well, actually, when you think about that, let's say they had put 500, I don't know, not bottles, let's say a few dozen barrels into aging in 2018. Like 2018, they started aging them. And they said, once these are gone, that's it. So that would still be 2026. That could still be next year until it goes out of stock. Because when they sold it to Sazerac later that year, now at the end of that year, December, I'm pretty sure it was December, they sold it to Sazerac, but they kept it going, theoretically, I think. And what Diageo said, well, they would continue to produce it for Sazerac for 6 more years. They had like a 6-year window where they would liquor for them till they would take it over. So let's think about this. If you stop seeing Kentucky Gold in about a year or two, then that will tell you that they really did discontinue it and they just finish aging up to 8 years and they let it go and then it's gone. But my feeling is that Sazerac, once they bought the brand, said, we ain't discontinuing that. We keeping it. Because I'm just like you, I still see it on the shelves, like common. Sometimes you can find it for $22.99 for an 8-year aged. Yeah. I think they figured there was too much money in it. Like, why would we want to discontinue this? So, and they actually expanded the line. So they expanded it to VO, VO Gold, VO Black, and now VO Apple. That's 4 that I'm aware of. They might have, for all I know, they could have VO salted caramel, or who knows what they got out there. But what I've seen, you see. And the VO Gold I'm sorry. The VO Black has a different type bottle. It's like a triangle shaped bottle. It's a strange looking bottle. I've been keen to try it. It's like about $26.99. It was $23.99 when it first came out. Should have bought it then. All right, let me try this one more time. Yeah. The oak is taking the lead. Now I got to say the oak is taking the lead. It's really oaky. That would be the Heaven Hill, the Kentucky Gold. Oh no. But oak is really running ahead on this one. Did I get so discombobulated from Rogue, Rogue Dead Guy Imperial IPA that I got so confused? But I don't think, and then breaking the glass, did I get that disoriented? I don't think I got that. It didn't take that long to sweep it up, you know. But I was like really stressed out about breaking it. But I don't know, man. This totally confounded. I might have to. I might have to restage this tomorrow morning at Dawn Busters because I feel like it's got me confused. But ultimately, they're pretty comparable. And I know that the Kentucky Gold is a lot cheaper. It is, let's be honest. If you bought a handle of that, it's not gonna be 19, it's not gonna be 18.99. The Kentucky Gold might be 12.99. So you could save $6. Yeah, I would say I would save the $6. So I'm gonna have to give the victory to Kentucky Gold either way, wherever, however craziness, and start second guessing myself and feeling funny about. I think they're very close, and that could be part of the problem. They're so close, but the proof is slightly different. But yeah, so well, what can you say? I know there's a lot of oak there. All right, so Kentucky Gold, you're probably not going to see it, but you might because I can get it. I'm in Louisiana, not exactly a big state. So if you see Kentucky Gold, I would recommend it. Wouldn't seek it out. Wouldn't go looking for it. $6.99. I would say at $6.99, it's a must buy. At $7.99, yeah. $8.99, $9.99, yeah, you might want to think about it. Above that, I would skip it. Another round may be necessary to determine the truth, says John Neely. I know. I feel like I should do it. Then I feel like I'm wasting a day. But it got me so perplexed. And I've had this problem before. I've had this problem like 2 or 3 times before where I did the challenge and I thought I was being careful. And I probably was. And I tasted the products and I made the determination. And I was like, oh no, that can't be right. It can't be right. And I just started thinking that, oh no, it's just wrong. It can't be true. But now I'm thinking you're right. I'm gonna have to redo this tomorrow and try to. Now, if I get it wrong tomorrow, then I'm just gonna know. That's it. It's what it is, and you got confused. Now, other people watching are gonna say no one cares. The whole country does not care. No one in America cares who wins between Seagram's 83 and Kentucky Gold. You get that? I think most people don't care. I agree with that. I think there's a few people that care. Probably not enough people. I mean, but it's trivial. So, could I restage it tomorrow? I could. I have to think on it. I have to sleep on it, as they say, sleep on it. I just find that this one is very oaky, heavy on oak. And this one here, it's really got me confused now because this one's coming up strong on oak also. And some of these things will have like a residual flavor that when you first try it, it's like vanilla, and then the oak is stronger. So now it could be like it's starting to become like a retrograde type of, yeah. Like I say, I'm gonna think about it, and overnight I might bring in a second challenge, which is very rare. Very rare. Like it only happened like twice. But because I would like to move on to Seagram's 7 Crown, which I cannot imagine. I cannot dream. I would never dream that I could get that wrong. Or even the Well Made from Diageo. Well Made is, it's probably made in Indiana from Diageo. It's a solid product. It's nothing special, but it's solid. I can't imagine I would get Well Made confused with Kentucky Gold, but I could be fooling myself. Like Stick said, you're fooling yourself and you don't believe it. And you can't believe it. So tomorrow I'm going to have to do like they say and get up. Get back on my feet. All right, anyway, well, we'll see what happens, but man, this is one of the most perplexing taste challenges I've ever done, and as you know, as people know, I've done more than a few, but this one's got me totally throwed. So dang you, Kentucky Gold, damn you to hell. Oh man, that thing has got me totally discombobulated. But oh well, such is the world of taste challenges. All right, see y'all tomorrow morning, and we'll probably restage it, but we'll see. If I do, I'll just put round 2. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.